Hello, 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 beautiful ladies of the Abundant Mama Collective. I realize I've got the heater on really high. I'm feeling a bit hot and my face is a bit shiny. So let me just do something about this. I mean, I haven't got any unshiny stuff for my face, but it is all good. Okay, so let me come and tag some of you. I know I'm a few minutes late, for which I apologize. Let's see. Let's come and tag some of you. Come and say hello as you're jumping on. Let me know who's here. Tag people. Hi, Jackie. How are you, beautiful? It's so nice to see you. I was going to drop you a message. I've had calls all morning, so I'm going to drop you a message shortly because I saw your post. Okay, tag. Okay, so who's excited? Let me know. Come and tell me who's here. Come and tell me who is ready to end listening while painting. Oh, I love it. Love it. Tell me who is ready to end feast and famine forever. Forever. I'm so excited to share this with you because I know that sustainable is not the sexiest word. You know, when you get those lists of words that sell and you get those, the best words to use when you're designing a program or doing a marketing campaign or anything like this, you never see sustainable on there. But I'm gonna change all of that. I'm gonna totally rebrand sustainable because you're all gonna be really wanting this by the end of this chat. So hi Michelle, long time no pop up. Nice to see you too. Oh, it's so lovely you're here. Okay, so we all know feast and famine. I'm not going to labor the point about feast or famine. We all have experienced highs and lows in our income. We've all experienced that bone-chilling fear of where is our next mortgage payment coming from. We've all had that anxiety and can't sleep at night because we're wondering how we're going to pay the next VAT bill or the next tax bill or the next bills that are due. And, we've got this feast and famine going on in our business because of what is considered the norm now outside of us. It is considered normal to have this, instant cash, instant money, instant launch, follow your energy, and then you're jumping from one launch to another, 1 month to another, and it's like literally, it's not even jumping, it's like lurching, because then every month you're starting from zero again with no idea about what is going to happen next. What if I don't get the inspiration? What if my energy doesn't tell me where to go? What if my energy doesn't show me where to go? And that's all well and good. Like, I love energy. Energy is super powerful. It can amplify everything that you do. But when you're basing your entire business model on it, when you're in the place of feast and famine, when you're in that position where you need to make money, because let's face it, beyond it being a business, it's also your income. There are also very real bills that need to be paid. So there's a lot of, when we're looking purely at energy, there's a lot of things that I love that don't always make sense when you have a physical need to pay bills, to pay your mortgage, to keep on top of car payments, heating payments, whatever it is, feed your children, When you have that very physical need, all of a sudden, any energetic principle like you've got to trust in divine timing, the universe doesn't recognize time, everything is energy, be in flow, be aligned, be magnetic, all of those things make a lot less sense. And it's not that they're not true. It's not that they're not true universal laws, but they become a lot more challenging to really connect with when you're in a place that you've got to get the money. Does this resonate? Let me know if this resonates with you. So feast and famine in part has come because of all of the focus, attention, and the rise of feminine business, feminine leadership. Everything is energy. We spent a lot of time in bro marketing land and all the very masculine, and then the feminine came. But what that's actually created is another problem, because we've ditched all the masculine and the bro marketing, and now we're over here in the feminine where everything is energy, and you sit and meditate to get millions or whatever it is. And the truth is, it's creating this real problem that I also experienced. I also, I'm a generator. I can be all or nothing. So I was all in the feminine for a little bit. It kind of worked, but there were also this real feast and famine. This moments of, how am I going to feed my son? How am I going to do this? How am I going to turn this around? Because then when we get to that space, because we've not got consistency in our income, we've not got sustainability in our strategy, we're not consistently growing our audience and creating sales opportunities. When that happens, it's even more difficult to get out of it, because you've got this extra pressure. Oh my God, I've got to do this because I've got to make this happen. And then if we do that enough, we're always in this pressure fueled cycle that is exhausting. It burns our energy out. It frazzles our nervous system. And then it becomes more difficult to actually step out of it. It becomes more difficult to actually move away from the feast and famine, because like, what else are you going to do? You're burning out all the time, launching all these things, running to keep up, and you haven't got the time, the energy, or inclination, maybe even the knowledge to implement anything that takes you out of that. And then it becomes this very blinkered experience that has you running faster, and still getting nowhere. So this is something that I experienced in different ways. So I've experienced it in the agency, and I was very in the masculine, but I was still having those feast and famine moments, not only in income, but more specifically in my energy, like just being depleted. But the feast and famine was actually in my vitality, burning out, picking myself up and doing it again, then burning out, picking myself up and doing it again. And then when like the masculine, because the masculine works, you can do it, but it's going to burn you out. And then the feminine is very powerful. Let's break this down into reality, okay? For the longest time, for all of your life, and for lots of generations, we've been in a very masculine paradigm. In human design theory, we've been in a masculine paradigm for hundreds of years. In the evolution of mankind, we've been in masculine paradigm for centuries, like it's a long time. So we've been in a very masculine space. The world is in this masculine space of doing, acting, strategy, logic, all these different things, right? We are transitioning. So in human design theory in 2027, we're moving into a more feminine paradigm. We're moving into a paradigm that says it's more about who you be than what you have. It's more about your energy, your alignment, your magnetism than what you do and how hard you push. So as we're moving into that new paradigm, we see all of these things crumbling around us. That's why there's a lot of like dissolution. There's a lot of things that are crumbling, being questioned and brought into a new way of being, because we're so close to the cusp. It's like this big crescendo. So everything is speeding up. The energy is speeding up. The way things change is speeding up. So now, of course, there's more focus on feminine energy, on how we use our own energy, how we use our own alignment. It's more mainstream than it ever has been, because that's the paradigm that we're moving into. So as we move into it, as we transition into it, it's like it's coming, but it's not fully there yet. At some point, I am sure that you are going to be able to do energy is everything, and sit and meditate, and everything will come to you based on the power of your mind and the purity of your energy. I'm sure that will happen at some point. We are not there yet. We are not there. We are on the cusp of change, and we are still in a human physical experience. We still have to honor the human physical experience, and we also have to honor the masculine equally with the feminine. We have to honor the harmony between both of those energies. And this is where the conflict comes that creates this feast and famine for so many people. For so many people in business, most people who I work with and the things that I see are, you get super excited about an idea. So you go all gung-ho and move forwards with that idea, which means doing, got all this energy, this excitement, that's aligned. Okay. Like, I want to be really clear. There is a time and a place for all of that energy and for all of that action. So you do all the things super aligned, you're looking for the blueprints because all of a sudden it's a whole new world. You don't know what to do, how to grow the business. So you look at all the blueprints, you try and squeeze yourself into some blueprints. Doesn't quite work. Maybe you get a bit burnt out, maybe you get a bit broke, maybe you get a bit bitten by the wrong investments, and you start to feel really kind of disenfranchised with the whole situation, with the whole experience. And then what you also build on top of that is you see all of the femme leaders. Some of them I call faux femme because they're not as femme as you think they are. There's a whole post about that somewhere. To set the cat amongst the pigeons. Hi Gina, how are you, lovely? So then we get all of that experience as well. So we start to look outside of what am I doing that is not working? Let me look at what is new. Then we swing into the feminine and we go and look at all those the feminine things, and we ditch the masculine. Like, well, it's not working with you, so I'm going to go over here and just have a look at this and do this and be this. The truth is, we've got to have all of them. So I'm going to break down for you very specifically how that looks, what it entails, and then I want to give you a really beautiful invitation to something that I am sharing next week where we're going to go into deeper of all of these things, okay? So the end of Feast and Famine Forever comes from sustainability. This is why I want to bring sexy back to sustainability. Bring sexy back. I don't think it's ever sexy, but I'm going to rebrand sustainability. It's like the new thing. The reason why sustainability is so important, there's no burnout, there's no like jumping from one coach to another, one program to another, throwing cash at quick investment options because they've got the promised land of your solution. Okay, Michelle, speak to you soon. The promised land of your solution, it's all about really building solid foundations energetically and strategically so that you can scale with ease and enjoy your life right now instead of waiting until you get to when I make 6 figures, then I can do this. So I'm going to break down how that looks. The first thing we need to look at is your sustainable soul. Really, it's sustainable energy, but I really love alliteration. You'll see where I'm going with this. So your sustainable soul is really your energy. We are in a masculine paradigm. Most of us spend a lot of time in our heads. Most of us are really, well, we're all taught to think logically about how we're going to bring it through. So we can really get caught in the masculine. We can get really caught in that doing piece. Whereas actually we've got to look at our energy. What is sustainable for me? What allows me to create a business that means that I am never energetically in debt, that I'm not giving away too much of my energy, whether that's to clients, whether that's to marketing, whether that's to learning new things. How do I create a business that works for me so that I'm not going to burn out, so that I'm not going to have health problems? Because what's the point of having a business that makes millions if you're too sick to enjoy it? What's the point? There's no point, 0 point. And also your health is directly correlated to your energy, like the feminine energy, because we can do all the mindset, we can do all the energy, but if your body is broken, then like what's the filter that is coming through? It's going through a filter of energy debt, vitality deficit, you know. So it's really important that you understand how you are designed to be sustainable, how you are designed to work within your energy and within your body. This is where, for me, human design comes in, because it really allows you to connect with what is true for you, not what is true for me, not what is true for somebody else, but what is true for you. How do you understand your level of sustainable energy? The second thing, once you have that, because the energy is the foundational piece, right? Once you have that, you need a sustainable strategy. A sustainable strategy is not follow flow and launch what feels good when you feel good to launch it. It can work. It can work for a little bit, but it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stress. A sustainable strategy is do that piece for sure. Follow flow, launch what you want when you feel to launch, but be fully supported by masculine. Be fully supported by systems, structures, and processes that are going to continue to bring you money, time, provision, support, so that you can follow your flow, so that you can be in the feminine. Once you've got these structures set up, once you've got the masculine there, you don't have to be in the masculine, you get to be in the feminine. This is where there's this whole mix up around the feminine and the masculine. You don't need to be in the masculine, but sometimes you might want to be, and that might be energetically correct for you. For me, I'm a generator in human design. I have a defined root and I have a defined sacral. At times, I get so excited about an idea that I'm all in, and I will work until 10 o'clock at night without even feeling like I'm tired because I'm so excited, and that's all perfectly aligned as well. But when you have these masculine structures in place, it becomes really powerful. Who would like to know what those masculine structures are? Who would like to know what they are? Because I have really looked at this from every angle that there is. From my own experience, from my marketing background, from, I've got a marketing degree, MBA, I've got corporate marketing background, like all these things. I understand marketing. So what you really go on then. All right, Gabriella, I will. I mean, I was going to anyway. Okay, so there's three key things that really support you. Okay. They support you in growing your audience because in order to have sustainability in your business, you have to have a way that is going to consistently grow your audience, consistently bring sales into your audience, and then bring authority. So I want to focus on those are the three things, but I want to focus very specifically on what that looks like. Okay. What it looks like is having 3 core funnels in place. Don't sign off because I said funnels. I know funnels can feel scary and overwhelming. Don't sign off. Like, we're not going to go deep into what they are. I'm not going to overwhelm you with funnel technology and all those things, but I'm going to share with you ideally funnels, otherwise 3 ways that this can happen. Okay. So the first thing is a way that is perfect, sustainable, and aligned for you to launch based on your energy, so that you have a process that you can pick up every time you've been inspired, every time that you're in flow, that you can pick it up and you can do it again. But you don't have to do it like every week or every month. You can do it as often as you choose, or as often as you're aligned. You can do it once a year, and that's perfect. Okay. But that brings you like your fast cash injection. Then you've got evergreen, something that is going to passively sell to people who know you, don't know you, thinking about working with you. This is a great step for them to get to know you, but it sells passively, like literally while you're in your sleep, at the spa, shopping, whatever you want to do, it sells over and over again. But because it's also building that connection with people who don't know you well enough to work with you in any other way yet, then that is a really powerful funnel that not only brings the consistent cash in, but it also allows you to build your audience as well. And then you've got something that is high ticket. I want to be super clear. High ticket does not mean one-to-one necessarily. It can, and that can work for you. And this is all in your human design. You can see very clearly in your human design if high ticket is best for you. For me, high ticket is not high ticket is best for you. Sorry, one-to-one is best for you. For me, one-to-one, I hardly ever do one-to-one. So for those of you who booked human design readings for me at £99, firstly, total bargain, because my human design readings are not normally £99. And also, I don't open up my calendar very often. I have very few one-to-one clients at any one time, generally 2, maybe 3. That is it. So my high value offers are actually more in masterminds. So you don't have to have one-to-one. And this really comes back to what is sustainable for you and your energy and your aspirations for your business. It's the sustainable soul piece. So once you have those 3 core elements in your business, you've got to have a way for people to come and find out about them. So you've got to have a way that you're building your audience. Now, that doesn't even have to be ads. That can be repurposing. It can be really powerful systems that are in place in your business to do that. You don't have to be a slave to marketing and be on Facebook and Instagram all day, every day. That's not what it's about at all. It's about finding the way that works for you. Those 3 core funnels, super powerful. Super, super powerful. And if you add into them payment plans, guess what? You've got recurring revenue all the time. I mean, you get them from the passive income, from the evergreen funnel anyway. So this is really powerful. This is what I want you to start thinking about. You don't have to have actual funnels and ads and like whole complicated systems. This is about making it simple, making it work for you. It doesn't even have to be high tech, overwhelming, confusing. But the more you have these things in place, the more you are fully supported to end feast and famine, to allow yourself to be in the masculine. It's not be in the masculine, to be supported by the masculine so that you can be in the feminine, so that you can literally design a business that lights you up right now while still impacting lots of people and creating income for yourself. Who wouldn't want to have, that's the wrong question. Who would love to have that in their business right now is the right question. Definitely want to create one of those. I had an email sequence, but was free. Right. This is great. My pleasure. So then you've got your sustainable soul, which is your energy, and knowing how to use that energy to create sustainability in your business and your strategy, and how you show up in your marketing, and how you sell, and how you create these offers, and how you create the funnels, all of the things. Then you have these core systems in place that we're going to call funnels, but they could be any system or structure. And then the third thing that you are going to require in order to end feast and famine, to create sustainability in your business, is to understand how to do sustainable scaling. Because this is where lots of people, you can master that piece. You can master growing your audience and having sales coming in and all of those things. But then when you move beyond that capacity, then a lot of people get themselves back into feast and famine, but more importantly, still get themselves back into burnout. So the sustainable scaling piece is also really important. How do you scale that in your business? How do you put the systems beyond the systems in place so that you've got support to continue to grow your business, whether that's team, whether that's ads, whether that's, external services that support you? You've got to really understand that. And really, that also comes down to, guess what? Your human design. Like the answer to all of this for you is in your human design. In your human design, I can look at your chart and tell you, this is who you need to hire now. This is why you need to hire them now. Or even if you were hiring people, we look at the charts together and say, actually, this is going to create a lot of clash. Or this is going to create a lot of efficiency, or this is going to create, whatever it is that is going to support you the most. We can look at that and find that very easily with the human design. Now, I'm not going to go too much into detail. I just wanted to whet your appetite with this a little bit. I wanted to give you a little bit of a taster for this, because next week we are going to explore this in more detail. So I've put aside at least an hour for each of those things, so I can walk you through how, why, where, when, so you can come along with your human design chart with an understanding of your business, and we're going to look at that in more detail. We're going to go into that in more depth so that you, by the end of next week, will have access to your own sustainable business plan. Who's excited for that, by the way? Who's excited for that? Your sustainable business plan, by the way, doesn't necessarily include the funnels, although I would love for you to have the funnels. Yes, I get a regular amount monthly from Skillshare, but it could be way more if I put something new on it and do my inversion at Brave. Yeah, there's lots of ways that we can open up to more passive income streams, multiple income streams, all of those things. There's lots of different ways beyond what we believe is the scope of what we're creating. There's more that we can create for sure. So we'll be exploring that. Yay, Christine is excited. Gabriella, I'll drop you a message about the human design sessions. Okay, so next week on the 24th, let me just double check. Oh, hold on. I'm in 2021. It's the wrong month. Okay, the 26th. So from next Wednesday, the 26th, we're going to be exploring that. It's all in this group. But if you know anybody else who you feel would be a great fit for this, and you feel that they would really benefit from understanding how to create sustainability, I would love you to invite them and help me on my crusade to bring sexy to sustainability, please. I feel like this is a tough rebrand to do. And also, I did put an offer out earlier on an email list and said that I'm actually looking for beta testers, for people who are ready to bring this level of sustainability into their business. There are only 3 places I've actually already had that I've seen so far. I've been on calls all this morning. So far, I've already had more than 3 inquiries for this. So if this speaks to you, if you are ready to get sustainable business in place, then drop me a message, because this is like, I was going to say it's once in a lifetime opportunity, but it literally might be, because I don't do a lot of one-to-one. I don't do a lot of hands-on done for you, and they are both of those things. So it's kind of special, even if I say so myself. So yeah, amazing. Are you doing a lucky dip? No lucky dips. I am not. Not this time. Always moving with the energy. That didn't come out to me this time. So yeah, if you feel called to share, people, because it's not about what you're going to get from it. You're going to get amazing things from this when you show up for the experience next week anyway, because I'm going to go into depth in all three of those things. But what you'll also get to do is to support your soul sisters, your biz besties, in also creating that for themselves as well. So that is happening next week. If you want to know more about being a beta tester, then drop me a message. Christine, I will message you back shortly as well. And I'm so excited to share this with you, like beyond excited. Sustainable is where it's at. So over the next few days before we start, a week or so, yeah, we've just got over a week. Over the next week or so, I'm going to be dropping different sustainable sound bites in here so that we can start getting excited about sustainable business. And then next week, I'm going to add the events into the event section so that you can click that you're coming, and then you're going to get the notifications and all of those things. The replays will be available for a limited time. It is going to be so value packed. I cannot wait to share this with you. If you want to know how this integrates with your human design, the clues that are in your human design, the success codes that you already hold, then that's what we're going to be looking at specifically as well. Because I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about this now, but I do see a lot of misinformation about human design in the world. So I want to also course correct some of that and some of your awareness about it too. Okay, so that is everything I wanted to share with you right now. If you want to end Feast or Famine forever, make sure that you either re-listen and start to implement some of the things that I've shared with you. Drop me a message to find out about the beta tester thing that I have going on right now. And also come to the 3-day mini-series that I'm sharing next week, because that is going to give you the literal keys to the kingdom. Okay, this is the actual secret of sustainable business. So excited to share it with you. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you very soon. I love you lots. You're amazing. Speak to you soon.